Hi everyone, this is my very first devlog. It's going to be completely unedited. I just want to get my thoughts out in video. Maybe it'll help me figure out this issue. So I wouldn't say beginner developer, maybe intermediate. I have a degree in game design. I've released games on Steam. I've released games in other platforms as well, but never working with multiplayer. Um, Couple months ago, okay, that's a lie. Over a year ago, these projects they stretch. Um, I was playing one of my old favorites, Pocket Tanks. They now have a mobile app, and it's very fun. I crushed my friends in it because I played hundreds of hours when I was a kid. Uh, but the multiplayer kind of sucks, like really bad. It's like turn based, but not in the way you think. Like sometimes you'll run your turn, then you have to close the app, and then wait for the other person to run their turn. It's almost like uh, playing by mail. If you're playing someone in chess by mail. So I wanted to remake the game, give it a modern twist, have proper multiplayer, and maybe even put it in 3D. It'll be more challenging that way. It'll be fun. So I made a very simple, incredibly simple moving driving tank game where you can fire a stupid little ball. Um, and before I want to add the physics, the destructible terrain that Pocket Tanks is known for, I want to get the multiplayer aspect working because obviously multiplayer requires you changing a lot of your code, and the earlier I get it integrated, the better. So out of all the multiplayer options, I know right now Unity just released their official multiplayer, but I got this project started long before then, and I had picked Fishnet, which is built and run by one person. I forget his name. But it's pretty robust, very lightweight, super low latency, and I backed it. I think I paid like $50 to be one of the early adopters and get the pro version because I really believe in the project. So here I am at this problem that I'm trying to fix. Fishnet has a built-in server client kind of menu options if you drop in their network manager, and they work fine. I can connect locally, I can connect over a network, whatever. But I want to implement my own host client or server client buttons so I can do my own customization, have my custom scripts, run certain things. Um, and it's just not happening. So you think you take the obvious route. I just looked at what the server client buttons did. So we've got here server and client. They connect to this script sitting on their parent. And from their parent, they go to, let's see, on-click server and on-click client. Very simple. So I made my own two buttons. Well, first I made two functions here for the buttons parents that literally do the exact same thing. They go on click client, and then for my host, it's a little different from theirs. It's not when you host with Fishnet, first you have to click server, then client. Mine just bundles it together. It runs the server, then the client, so you're a host, not a stadless server. And then it swaps some UIs to make it so the player can drive around after the menus being closed. This is unedited, so I'm going to sound stupid, but let's continue. On In theory, this should do exactly the same thing. Right here, I have some IP testing stuff that I commented out just for troubleshooting, but it doesn't. It doesn't do the exact same thing, and that's what's really bothering me. Uh, so let me demonstrate. So here we have Unity that I'm going to run as, well, I'm not going to run anything yet. First, I'm going to pull up the build I built a little off camera. Here is the build. I call it Battle Tanks, a stupid name. So here I'm going to run the client server. I'm literally just going to hit the host button here just so it swaps the UI. Here, there we go. Now I have control of the little guy. And then using this, I'm going to connect as a client. And obviously my HUD isn't working, but as you can see, I spawned in on both sides. So you can see that the multiplayer connection is working. Now, if I mess around with this little bit. I break that. There. See, look. I am actually playing on both sides. Let me run into each other. Here we go. You can see me going behind me right there. There's a little bit of latency, but whatever. Plenty for a game like this, which is also technically turn-based, so latency doesn't really matter. So that's through Fishnet. Great, working perfectly. Now let's kill this again and go through my implementation, which does the exact same thing. It runs the same, not only does it run the same functions, it runs the same functions on the same game object. I'm not even pulling the script from anywhere else. So now let's run the build version again. All right, let's start as a host. Great. And let's connect as a client. Oops, let me run my Unity actually. What the fuck? Of course, this doesn't work until I make a video about it. Fuck. Yeah, it works now that I made a video about it. What? What? Okay, let's reverse this. Let's be the host here. Whoops, it's breaking because this is stupid. Okay. Let's be the host here. Host. Why did that not work? Let's try that again. Host. Client. What? Why? Why do you work when I'm showing you off? Isn't that the curse of everyone who works with coding, isn't it? All right, let's try something even trickier. Let's remove the server client. I'm going to dock this just for you guys. I usually have this on a second monitor, but I can only really record one at a time, so I'll dock this here. Let's remove these two buttons so they're not on our HUD anymore. And let's try this again. Let's go host. And on my Unity build, let's go client. Okay, let's rebuild this with the buttons missing, just so I'm not losing my mind. I will run a build. My computer's pretty fast. This will only take a couple seconds. Dead air, dead air, dead air. Everyone loves dead air. I'm not editing this, so I'm just going to keep rambling. It's like 11:30. I should be going to bed soon, so I'm not editing this in whatever editing software I don't own. So, okay, let's now try with this newly rendered out version. Let's have the rendered out version be the host, and Unity be the client. Wow, I am going to go jump off a cliff now because this was not working when I demonstrated it before. Okay, I guess that's my devlog, me being stupid. Join us next time when I boot it up and the entire game is finished somehow, even though I didn't work on it. All right, bye.